Hi Reddit, this has been eating at me for a while now, and I'm finally ready to share the whole thing. I don't expect forgiveness or pity, I just need to get this off my chest. And maybe, just maybe, someone out there will understand what it's like to be betrayed by the very people you thought would always have your back. Let me start by saying, I didn't steal anything. But that didn't stop my family from kicking me out, treating me like garbage, and acting like I was some kind of criminal. All because of my sister, Amanda. And what she did, it shattered everything. I come from a family that's always been a bit image conscious. You know the type: Christmas cards with matching sweaters, Instagram-worthy family vacations, and birthday parties that look like they were coordinated by a professional event planner. From the outside, we looked perfect. On the inside? Not so much. Amanda is the golden child. She's beautiful, charming, and manipulative as hell. My parents have always doted on her. I was more of the afterthought. The quiet one, the introvert, the one who got good enough grades and didn't cause problems. That's how I stayed out of trouble, by not making waves. But even then, Amanda found a way to make me look bad. She and I were never close. She'd always say little things like, "You'd be so pretty if you wore makeup," or "Are you really going to wear that?" Stuff that's disguised as concern but is actually just cruelty with a bow on top. It started about a year ago. Amanda had just moved back in with our parents after a messy breakup. She claimed her ex cheated on her and took all her money. She was devastated, and of course, my parents welcomed her back with open arms. They even gave her the guest room, which used to be mine until I moved into the attic to give her more space. That should have been my first red flag. Not long after she moved back, Amanda began to complain that her things were going missing, small stuff at first. A missing bracelet, some cash she left on her dresser. Then her AirPods. She said she was sure she'd left them on her nightstand. At first, no one accused me outright. But I could feel the shift. My mom started acting distant. My dad would sigh loudly whenever I walked into the room. And Amanda? She'd give me these pitying looks like she felt sorry for me. As if I was the one who'd fallen so far. Then it happened. One night, I came home from my shift at the diner, exhausted and sweaty, and my parents were waiting for me in the living room. Amanda was there too, sitting with her arms crossed, wearing this smug little smile. My mom held up Amanda's missing necklace, the one she'd claimed was stolen a week ago. "I found this in your laundry basket," she said. "Why would you take this, honey?" I was stunned. I hadn't seen that necklace in weeks. I hadn't touched it. I told them that. But they didn't believe me. Amanda acted so hurt, like she couldn't believe I'd do something like that. "I wanted to believe you," she said, fake tears in her eyes. "But it just doesn't make sense. Why would my things keep disappearing only when you're around?" My parents didn't even give me a chance to prove my innocence. My dad told me I had 24 hours to pack my things. That I needed to think about my choices. My mom cried and said I had to earn back their trust. So, I left. I crashed on my friend Haley's couch for a few weeks. Bless her soul, she didn't ask questions. She just let me stay and even helped me apply for a second job. I started working as a receptionist during the day and at the diner at night. I was exhausted, angry, and completely heartbroken. I kept thinking, why would Amanda do this? She didn't need to ruin my life. She already had everything: my parents' love, the good looks, the charm. What did she get out of destroying me? I wanted to believe she made a mistake. That she thought I took her things but was just confused. But deep down, I knew it wasn't a mistake. Amanda was too calculated for that. It took 6 months for the truth to come out. Haley, my friend, ran into Amanda at a cafe. Apparently, Amanda didn't recognize her. She was on a date, dressed to the nines, and laughing like she didn't have a care in the world. But that's not the shocking part. She was talking about a guy, someone she'd met shortly after her breakup. A wealthy older man, as she put it. She was bragging about how she had him wrapped around her finger. She mentioned that he loved that she had a troubled family background, that he felt protective of her, like she needed rescuing. And then came the kicker, I even told him my sister was stealing from me. He eats that stuff up. Haley recorded the conversation on her phone and showed it to me. I nearly threw up. Amanda made it up. The entire thing. The missing jewelry, the money, the necklace in my laundry. She planted it. All of it was part of some twisted game to make herself look like a victim to impress a guy. I was shaking with rage. Not just because she'd lied, but because my parents believed her without hesitation. I sent them the recording. No message. No context. Just the audio. My mom called me the next day, sobbing. She kept saying she was sorry, that she didn't know, that Amanda had always been so convincing. My dad left a voicemail apologizing and asking if we could meet up. But you know what? I didn't rush back. I made them wait. When we finally met up for coffee, I laid everything out. I told them how it felt to be treated like a criminal. How they discarded me so easily. How I went nights without food sometimes because I didn't want to burden Haley too much. How I cried myself to sleep wondering why I wasn't enough for them. My mom just cried. My dad looked like he'd aged 10 years. They said they'd kicked Amanda out. That they were ashamed. That they wanted to start over. I told them I'd think about it. Amanda tried reaching out after that. She sent a long, rambling email saying I misunderstood the situation. That she was just venting to her date. That she never thought our parents would kick me out. A bunch of gaslighting nonsense. I didn't respond. My parents have been trying to mend things. They've invited me to dinner a few times. They even offered to pay for a new apartment when they found out I was moving again. I took the dinner invite, not the money. Some part of me still cares. They're my parents, after all. But another part of me knows things can never go back to how they were. Trust is like a mirror. Once it's shattered, even if you glue the pieces back, the cracks are still there. It's been almost a year since that night they kicked me out. I have my own place now, a decent job, and a tight circle of friends who know my worth. I'm healing. Sometimes, I still lie awake wondering how someone could lie so easily, so completely. But other times, I feel free. Like I finally escaped the role I was forced into for years, the quiet, obedient shadow of Amanda's spotlight. I'm not sure if I'll ever fully forgive them. And I sure as hell won't forget. But I'm still standing. And that's more than Amanda ever expected. My sister falsely accused me of stealing her stuff, and my parents kicked me out without even asking for my side. 6 months later, I learned she made it all up to impress a new guy by playing the victim. I sent my parents the proof. They kicked her out and tried to make amends, but I don't know if I'll ever fully forgive them.